Hi everyone, my name is Rhonda Weigelt and I'm excited to present my final portfolio titled From Learning to Leading. This presentation is a reflection of my journey over the past 2 years as I transitioned from a career as a special education teacher to a provisionally credentialed school counselor while earning my degree as a professional school counselor. This portfolio will highlight what I have learned, the experiences that have shaped me, and the ways I have grown both professionally and personally. Making the decision to shift from special education to school counseling was not just a career change, it was a calling that took me a couple of years to answer. Special education was my comfort, but over the years, I felt the urge to explore counseling. I spoke about my interest with our retiring school counselor and with our school-based mental health counselor. Although my interest was there, I was not ready to transition, and North Sargent went a year without a full-time school counselor. I took this as a sign to inquire about the position. From there, everything fell into place. My superintendent suggested I apply for the Access Grant through the University of Mary to help me with this transition. Not only was I accepted into the program, but I also learned I would be working through the Southeast Region Career and Technology Center with a group of 7 counselors to help support me on my new journey. I had the support of North Sargent, the SRCTC, the University of Mary faculty, and most importantly, my family and friends. Throughout my time in this program, I have developed a deeper understanding of how to support students' academic, social emotional, and career development. My advocacy skills have grown from advocating for students on individual education plans to advocating for students individually and as a whole. I continue to apply evidence-based practices both in education and in counseling to make a meaningful impact for all students. In this presentation, I will explore several key areas that have influenced my development. I will begin by reflecting on how the University of Mary's mission, the Benedictine values, and servant leadership philosophy have shaped my approach to counseling. From there, I will discuss the graduate competencies and mission statement, emphasizing how this program has prepared me to be an ethical, effective, and compassionate school counselor. Next, I will share how my cultural awareness has evolved and how I plan to continue growing in this area. I will then reflect on my theoretical orientation and how it has guided my perspective on working with students. Additionally, I will highlight my professional skills and development, including the feedback I received and the ways I have strengthened my counseling abilities. Finally, I will conclude with my final thoughts and reflections on this journey, examining the challenges I've overcome, my proudest accomplishments, and my vision for the future. My hope is that this presentation not only showcases my growth, but also demonstrates my commitment to serving students with empathy, integrity, and leadership. On this slide, I will be covering the influence of the University of Mary's mission statement and the values on my journey into school counseling. As I reflect on my journey to becoming a school counselor, the University of Mary's mission and Benedictine values have played a significant role in shaping both my education and my professional growth. The transition from special education to school counseling was not simply a career move. It was a new opportunity for me to have personal and professional growth, one that required a lot of faith, dedication, and a deep commitment. Earning my first 9 credits was an essential step in this journey, allowing me to obtain my school counseling credential and serve the students at North Sargent in a new and meaningful way. Servant leadership has been a guiding force throughout my transition into school counseling. Working alongside a team of counselors through the Southeast Region Career and Technology Center has allowed me to grow in collaboration, mentorship, and advocacy. One of the most rewarding aspects of this experience has been focusing on career counseling, helping students explore their strengths, set goals, and prepare for their futures. I have had the opportunity to guide students through career assessments, post-secondary planning, and the development of essential social emotional skills that will serve them well beyond high school. Advocating for students has also become a central part of my role, whether helping a student overcome personal challenges, guiding them through career exploration, or working with families and educators to develop support plans, I have embraced the responsibility of ensuring that every student feels heard, valued, and empowered. My experiences in the counseling program have reinforced my belief that every student can learn and that every student needs to be heard and their potential needs to be recognized and developed. The Benedictine values have provided a strong foundation for my growth, both personally and professionally. Of these values, 3 stand out as the most influential in my work as a school counselor. They are community, respect for persons, and service. Building a sense of community has been essential to my work. The University of Mary defines this value as striving together for the common good and growing in relationship with God, one another, and self. This speaks directly to the collaborative nature of school counseling. I have learned the importance of fostering a supportive environment where students, educators, and families feel connected and supported. By focusing on the well-being of the entire student body, not just those on IEPs or those who seek out counseling, I can help build a school culture where every student has the opportunity to thrive. Respect for persons, with this value, emphasizes recognizing the image of God in each person and honoring each one in their giftedness and limitations. It has deeply shaped my counseling philosophy. I have worked with students of all backgrounds, abilities, and personal struggles, and I strive to meet each of them with empathy and understanding. Respecting differences, honoring individual journeys, and tailoring support to each student's needs are at the core of my counseling approach. Lastly was service. Perhaps the most defining aspect of my transition into counseling has been embracing the role of servant leadership. The University of Mary describes service as meeting the needs of others in the example of Jesus, the servant leader. This directly aligns with the mission of school counseling, guiding students, providing support, and advocating for their well-being. Whether through one-on-one counseling, classroom lessons, or career guidance, my role is ultimately about serving students so they can reach their full potential. As I continue my career as a school counselor, these values will remain at the heart of my work. I will strive to foster a strong sense of community within my school, ensuring that students feel safe, supported, and empowered to succeed. I will continue to practice respect for persons by meeting each student where they are, honoring their unique strengths, and providing them with tools to navigate challenges. And above all, I will embrace service as the foundation of my work, putting students first, advocating for their needs, and guiding them with compassion and integrity. The journey from special education to school counseling has been one of growth, learning, and faith. The University of Mary's mission has not only prepared me to be a competent and ethical school counselor, but it has also reinforced my commitment to making a meaningful impact in the lives of students. I am grateful for this experience and excited to continue this work with purpose, passion, and a dedication to serving others. On this slide, I will discuss how the University of Mary's graduate competencies and program mission have shaped my professional growth by guiding my development, strengthening my skills, and preparing me to be an ethical, effective, and compassionate counselor. As I progressed through this program, I not only gained knowledge and skills, but also grew in my ability to apply ethical standards and professional competencies to my work as a school counselor. The feedback I received throughout my coursework, counseling skills, assessments, and disposition forms was consistently constructive and encouraging. Early on, I often felt overwhelmed with coursework, especially writing in APA 7 format. The 17-year break from formal education made me question if I was ready for this task. Special education had been my passion, and I was confident in my abilities as a special education teacher. I knew what skills I needed to work with students, families, and school staff to make successful plans for students. I had to remind myself that it was okay to be out of my comfort zone, that being uncomfortable was growth. And part of the reason I went into this journey was for personal and professional growth, and growth comes with some growing pains. However, each semester, completing my dispositions and writing professional goals, helped keep me focused, allowing me to track my progress and reflect on how I was growing. This approach closely aligned with solution-focused brief therapy, which emphasizes goal setting, recognizing progress, and celebrating small successes along the way. Residency was a pivotal experience that significantly contributed to my growth. The hands-on practice, modeling, and immediate feedback from both instructors and peers strengthened my confidence in key counseling skills, such as questioning, reflecting meaning and feeling, paraphrasing, and even confronting ideas. Confrontation was an area I initially struggled with, as I tend to feel more comfortable addressing difficult topics with those I trust. However, practicing in a safe environment with my cohort allowed me to step outside my comfort zone and practice this skill. Seeing how others approach confrontation and being able to practice with support made a significant difference. Beyond skill development, residency also reinforced the importance of community. Meeting my cohort in person after months of Zoom classes solidified the bonds we had already started forming. We built a network of support where we could exchange ideas, provide feedback, and offer different perspectives in a respectful and meaningful way. I found myself seeking feedback more openly, recognizing its value in my professional development. My instructors were also incredibly supportive, modeling techniques and guiding me through those moments of uncertainty. Residency also deepened my understanding of the ethical foundations of school counseling. The American Counseling Association and the American School Counselor Association ethical codes emphasize professional responsibility, advocacy, and continuous learning. Reflecting on these standards, along with examining my own biases, has helped shape the way I give and receive feedback, manage conflict, and approach difficult conversations. Additionally, my experience with the solution-focused therapy before residency provided a framework that complemented everything I was learning. The emphasis on goal setting and progress monitoring directly connected to how I approach my own professional development. Just as I will encourage students to use SMART goals to track their progress, I have used goal setting each semester to assess my own growth, celebrate small achievements, and adjust my focus as needed. The integration of ethical codes, goal setting, and skill building will continue to shape my approach as a school counselor. Moving forward, I will continue to use feedback as a tool for growth, ensuring that I uphold ethical standards and advocate effectively for students. By applying what I have learned about professional competencies and ethical codes, I am confident in my ability to serve as an ethical, reflective, and student-centered school counselor. On this slide, I will reflect on my academic and professional growth throughout this program. I will discuss my theoretical orientation, multicultural awareness, ethical obligations, professional responsibilities, leadership and advocacy, and my future goals. I will reflect on how these areas have shaped my growth as a school counselor and how I plan to continue developing in my professional journey. The theoretical approach I have developed as a school counselor is a combination of solution-focused brief therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy. I find that these two approaches work well in a school setting because they provide students with practical tools to take ownership of their academic and social-emotional learning, while also allowing me to serve many students effectively. I appreciate solution-focused brief therapy because it is strengths-based and goal-oriented. I have seen how focusing on students' successes and small steps towards progress can help them feel empowered and motivated. By using scaling questions and future-focused conversations, I guide students in setting attainable goals and measuring their progress. In junior high and high school, I use this approach to help students explore careers by identifying their strengths, interests, and aspirations. I encourage them to take small steps, whether it's researching a career, exploring post-secondary options, or developing better study habits. Seeing students take ownership of their future in this way has been very rewarding. At the same time, I incorporate cognitive behavior therapy because it helps students recognize and challenge unhelpful thought patterns that may be holding them back. I have used this approach to support students in building resilience, managing anxiety, and developing problem-solving skills. In elementary school, I apply CBT strategies to social emotional learning by helping students understand and regulate their emotions, navigate friendships, and build confidence. I believe that by combining these approaches, I can help students develop both the mindset and the skills they need to succeed. I have found that both solution-focused brief therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy emphasize self-reflection and goal setting, which are skills for students at all levels. I encourage students to regularly set, assess, and adjust their goals, as this helps them stay motivated and accountable. Since my time with students is often limited, these brief, solution-focused methods allow me to provide meaningful support in a short amount of time. More importantly, I believe they help students take responsibility for their growth and future. By fostering independence, resilience, and self-advocacy, I hope to equip students with lifelong skills that will benefit them academically, socially, and in their future careers. Throughout my time at the University of Mary, I have had multiple opportunities to expand my multicultural awareness, an essential skill in serving a diverse student population. I recognize that cultural competency is not only about understanding differences, but also about being responsive, advocating for students, and fostering an inclusive school environment. One opportunity I had to deepen my multicultural understanding was through my participation in solution-focused brief therapy training before residency. This training reinforced the importance of approaching students from a strength-based perspective, regardless of their background experiences. Additionally, at the North Dakota Counseling Association conference, I attended Dr. Garza's presentation on career, reflection, and conversation for social and cultural consideration. This presentation introduced me to the career method and how reflective practice can enhance social awareness, responsiveness, and advocacy skills. I gained insight into how personal and professional reflection can help me better understand the lived experiences of my students and the ways cultural backgrounds shape their perspectives. Beyond professional conferences, I also engaged in firsthand learning experiences that broadened my awareness of cultural diversity. As part of my social and cultural counseling course, I interviewed individuals from the Philippines and Chile, gaining a deeper understanding of their perspectives on education, family dynamics, and cultural traditions compared to those in America. These conversations reinforce the importance of listening, learning, and respecting the unique experiences of students and families from different backgrounds. Locally, I had the opportunity to join a field trip with our 5th and 6th grade students to the Yumka Center in Moorhead. While the primary focus was on Norwegian history in the region, I was especially drawn to the exhibits in the lower level of the museum, where we explored the different Native American tribes that have historically lived throughout North Dakota. This experience provided a deeper appreciation for the rich Indigenous history of our state and reminded me of the importance of honoring and incorporating students' cultural identities into the school setting. Through coursework, training, professional experiences, and personal exploration, I have grown in my ability to recognize and appreciate cultural differences. I understand that as a school counselor, it is my responsibility to create a welcoming and supportive environment for all students, regardless of their cultural background. My experiences at the University of Mary have helped me develop the skills to be more culturally responsive and advocate for students in the way that respects and uplifts their unique identities. Moving forward, I am committed to continuing my education in multicultural competency and ensuring that all students feel valued, understood, and supported in their academic and personal growth. The University of Mary has provided me with a strong foundation in ethical decision making, ensuring that I am well prepared to uphold the ethical obligations of a school counselor. Throughout my coursework and practical experiences, I have developed a deep understanding of the American School Counselor Association and American Counseling Association ethical standards, which guide my professional responsibilities and commitment to student well-being. Ethical decision-making was embedded in my education. I learned the importance of balancing legal and ethical responsibilities while prioritizing the best interest of students. During my practicum and internship experiences, I had the opportunity to apply these ethical principles. I relied on the ethical guidelines to navigate confidentiality concerns, collaborating with parents and teachers, and advocating that my role remains separate from disciplinary actions. As I step into my role as a professional school counselor, I am confident in my ability to navigate ethical challenges with integrity, professionalism, and a commitment to student well-being. The University of Mary has thoroughly prepared me for my professional responsibilities as a school counselor by equipping me with the knowledge, skills, and ethical framework necessary to serve students effectively. Through coursework, practicum, and internship experiences, I have gained valuable hands-on experience in developing and implementing comprehensive counseling services that support students' academic, social, emotional, and career development. Filling out the ASCA lesson plans for individual lessons and group counseling sessions are areas I have grown in. Feedback from peers, instructors, and supervisors have helped me write effective lesson plans. Aligning the lesson plans to the ASCA mindsets and behaviors ensure that the lessons are meeting the needs of the students. The University of Mary also placed an emphasis on ethical considerations in school counseling, including confidentiality, informed consent, and professional boundaries. I learned how to navigate these responsibilities and build the trust of students, families, and school staff. Advocacy is another professional responsibility that the University of Mary focuses on. The ASCA model is a guide that I am able to use to help advocate professionally for my role as North Sargent School Counselor. One way I have stepped into a leadership role is by serving as a Teen Truth Advisor, where I was able to guide students and help them address challenges they may face and ways to overcome them positively. I also led the 7th through 12th grade student body in a service project benefiting the Sargent County Food Bank. This was an opportunity to instill a sense of social responsibility in students while directly impacting our community. Seeing students come together to organize donations and raise awareness about food insecurity reinforced the importance of service, and advocacy in my work as a school counselor. Advocating for students is at the heart of my role as a school counselor. There are so many ways to advocate for students, which include exposing them to college and career fairs, helping them navigate FAFSA and scholarship applications, providing academic and social emotional support, and helping them overcome barriers. My future goals are to continue to serve as a pre-K through 12th grade school counselor at North Sargent. I want to be fully licensed and certified as a career counselor within the next school year. I also want to improve my counseling program each year by applying skills and knowledge that I will continue to gain through professional development and collaboration with other educators and counselors. On this slide, I will share my final thoughts and reflections on my journey through the University of Mary's counseling program. Throughout this journey, I encountered several barriers that challenged me both personally and professionally. One of the most significant challenges was balancing my time between working full-time as a credentialed school counselor, completing coursework, and managing my personal responsibilities. Juggling these demands required strong time management skills, organization, and perseverance. There were moments when the workload felt overwhelming, especially during busy seasons at school, such as testing periods, scheduling, and supporting students through crises, all while meeting academic deadlines. Another barrier was maintaining self-care. I often prioritize my responsibilities over personal well-being. The emphasis on self-care throughout the program and writing personal self-care goals helped me stay on track. I remained committed to my goals, and I was able to push through the challenges and continue growing in my profession. Some of my proudest accomplishments throughout this journey include the meaningful relationships and collaborations I have built with my cohort, my supervisors, the SRCTC counselors, and my administrators. These connections have provided me with guidance, support, and opportunities to grow as a professional. The friendships I have developed with my cohort have been especially valuable as we have shared experiences, challenges, and encouragement along the way. Knowing that I have a strong network of professionals to lean on has made this journey even more fulfilling. One of my biggest accomplishments has been successfully balancing my responsibilities by making goals and an action plan. Passing the CEC exam was also a significant milestone. All of the hours of studying paid off. As I near the completion of my program at the University of Mary, my immediate goal is to successfully graduate and complete all remaining program requirements. This summer, I will be taking a career counseling course to fulfill the state requirements for becoming a certified career counselor. I also want to ensure that all necessary certifications and licensure requirements are met within the next school year. Next school year, I will be welcoming a new administrator, and I want to focus on building a strong relationship with them so that we can work side by side to do what is best for students. And lastly, looking ahead, my long-term goal is to grow and strengthen my pre-K through 12 school counseling program and to provide high-quality services that support all students. I want to expand career exploration opportunities, giving students access to valuable resources, job shadowing, career fairs, and college planning support to help them prepare for their futures. Lastly, I'd like to say thank you. I sincerely appreciate your support, guidance, and dedication throughout my journey in the School Counseling Master's Program. Your mentorship has made a lasting impact, and I'm grateful for all that I've learned from you. So thank you again.